Welcome back to the Sonic 06 playthrough.
Hooray!
I believe we said last time that we're going to talk a bit more about Silver's gameplay mechanics, didn't we?
I think so. It was like 2 months ago since we did part 1, so I can't really remember.
More like 2 years ago, am I right? Oh, well.
It's the jam monster.
He really does. He's so generic. Why?
You know what I'd love? If in Unleashed, the monster actually turns out to be made out of jam. That'd be great. That'd be hilarious.
Rawr.
Yeah, like he does. He is just he's a big lava monster. So what?
He's a muppet, basically.
He's a mug. He's just a bland, mindless killing machine. Like there's no character to him whatsoever.
And this is Iblis Phase 2 compared to the Steelix ripoff we saw in Sonic and Shadow's story.
Like he doesn't speak at all, does he?
No, and I believe Silver is the only one to fight this form.
So I think isn't it explained in the future in the past that actually I can't freaking remember how the hell did this twat come about?
Flames the disaster.
Alright.
You know, the main point of the story.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I was saying, Silver's gameplay mechanic, you pick stuff up and you throw it. How's that for an explanation?
Why is Blaze standing there doing jack shit for?
She's giving him advice, mentoring, peerage.
She's like, the fact that like, I bet if Silver dies, Blaze does fuck all.
That's the one thing there's a multitude of things I didn't like about this game, but one of the major points is the Amigo characters don't do anything.
Yeah, at least I may have said this before, but at least in something like Lilac Wars, your crew at least look like they're doing stuff. I mean, they may never actually kill anyone, but at least they look like they're doing stuff.
I'm pretty sure they do, but that's getting off topic a bit. Meatballs of Doom.
You know what would have made my day if, like, before you fight the boss, Blaze just goes enemy shield analyzed.
Oh yes.
That would have been so sweet. Enemy shield analyzed. That would have been pretty great. I meant to be aiming for his head, not his stomach.
Well, I can't help it. The aiming mechanics are a bit screwy.
So does his gameplay work, or is it completely broken?
It's almost there. It's so very close, but it just doesn't get tight enough.
Well, apparently that's like a lot of things, and I think a lot of people have said if Sega would have just taken the time, you know, maybe like an extra 6 months or a year to finish this game, it could have been really good.
But, you know, had to be out for Christmas.
Fucking Microsoft.
And Sony, or so the rumour goes, yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I don't get, because the PS3 version did come out about, what, 6 months after they did the 360 version? And yet they didn't fix anything. You would have thought that with the extra time they would have thought, okay lads, we kind of screwed up on the 360 version, let's fix the PS3 version and make it good. But apparently they did jack shit on it.
Well, they did change it so it says press the X button instead of press the Y button or whatever.
It took them 6 months to do that.
He looks so retarded without his head armour.
What is that?
Ooh.
And it's just like the thing I've never liked about bosses like this in games is just the size of him. You know, if this was a real fight, he wouldn't do all the slow moving shit. He'd just get his head and squash the bastard. Which is one reason why I don't like. You know, they're so unrealistic, and apart from the fact that it's a giant lava monster fighting a silver hedgehog, apart from that, just the fact that in terms of the way Iblis is reacting, it's not very realistic.
Oh, that's bullshit. I clearly hit his head.
It's bullshit.
Music's not bad though.
Music's nice. You know, the whole game did have. I mean, the music was probably the best bit about the game.
Of course.
Iblis, return.
Oh no, I can't believe I've been defeated. Oh.
I'm melting into lava.
I think it's when you fight him for the last time, he literally does face palm as he dies.
You know, it would have been great if, as he's going into the lava, he does the thumbs up from Terminator 2.
Yeah.
That would have been hysterical. I need a vacation.
Ugh. I don't know how they have to load the death animations.
No, isn't he in the air at the moment for longer than you can actually control him for in the air?
Yes.
I hate that when they do that in games.
Looks like I'm on a roll. Alright.
Just no, Silver. Just no.
Ugh. Hang on.
When do you think he'll be returning next?
When the end of the world comes about.
This is where Silver gets really emo and smacks the wall.
Now listen for the sound effect. Just listen to it for a second.
What's the point of all this? It'll never end.
What was that? Was it wood? Was it metal?
Whoop.
Whatever it was, it doesn't sound like fucking brick.
Whoop.
Hang on. I'm detecting copious amounts of Dan Green.
What does the power meter say about his power level?
It's over Dan Green! One of the best voice actors in this game, and surprisingly, he is actually a
chicken
porky.
from an egg.
Well,
that line's like, it's so bad that with Dan Green performing it works. Like a chicken comes from an egg. Everything has an origin.
he has to deal with trap cards, spell cards, and all that shit.
The only problem with Dan Green voicing this character is that his Knuckles voice suffers slightly.
Sonic!
He's pretty cocky. Just because the Mephiles voice is basically just a kind of emo version of Knuckles, is his actual voice he uses for Knuckles doesn't sound that good.
He's actually a more dark version of Yama Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh!
I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh, so I got no comment on that.
Well, if someone wants to put a video response of like a clip of it, Gareth can have a look at that.
Hooray. Just feels like such a shame that this character was wasted on this game. I am of course referring to Mephiles, not Silver.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. I felt that Mephiles would have been better in Shadow's game.
I know, yeah. I think you and me spent most of Shadow's story just saying that. It would have been a much better thing, because it would have made more sense, the fact that he's essentially fighting himself, or, someone who looks like him, rather than just, a black monster who's scary.
What you could have done is just, instead of having like a clone or whatever, have him as being from a different dimension, and that way you can work Blaze into it without fucking over a backstory.
Yeah. Although apparently some people would like to, I think everyone knows what happens to Blaze at the end of this game. Just some people like to theorize that because 06 never happened now, apparently some people like to say that she's sent into another dimension and that's where she stays and that's where she is in the Sonic Rush game.
What, so does she automatically...
Makes sense if you listen to it, yeah.
Does she automatically become a princess or something?
I have no idea how that works. Oh look, it's a female. Hooray! Free princess.
Shiny.
And what pissed off a lot of people was in the scene we just saw when Blaze goes, "Blue Hedgehog," where it kind of implies that she knows him. That really annoyed a lot of people.
It's a pointless line. She doesn't know him. Why does she need to say it? Oh, bitch, moan, whine.
Where am I?
Silver has the campest looking shoes I've ever seen in my life.
His gloves are pretty funky though.
Lays!
Oh no, my only friend!
Silver, Sonic, and Shadow must be different species of hedgehog because the spikes look nothing like each other.
Well,
Sonic and Shadow kind of, you could just say maybe they styled their hair differently, but I mean, like, Silver's head looks like marijuana. Explain that to me, please.
Well, my mate, Tundra Boy, he actually pointed out that the back of Silver's head looks like knights.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Well, apparently, what I heard, this may not be true, but what I heard, Silver was actually created as for a completely different game. It wasn't meant to be anything to do with Sonic, but apparently, someone at Sega made the decision to shoehorn him into 06. Which I think personally, if he was given it, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but if he was given his own game, probably would have worked a lot better because he really doesn't fit in the Sonic universe. Oh god, not more gathering information.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This retard standing in a forest for no reason.
It's more like a friggin' plane than a forest. Look at it.
Woman.